You need to go get your sister? Just going now? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hello, this is another story about a mammogram I did. It's very painful to get a mammogram on your breast. I went to the doctor's to go get a physical, my yearly physical. Something showed up in my mammogram. I felt fine. So I entered into the mammogram room. After my mammogram was finished, I felt like as my breast got flat. So I went home. So I got a letter in the mail when I went to go visit the doctor. So it was strange to me. So I went to go to the doctor's again. I entered into the office. I laid on the table. They did more in-depth research on the breast because they found something odd. But it's fine. They said me go home and they would send me my results in the mail. So again, they asked me to go see the doctor. I was like, that was fast. That was really fast results. I kept on thinking to myself and thought, what would have came up on my results? But I didn't pay too much attention, so I went into the doctor's. And as soon as I arrived to the doctor's office, I had the interpreter there with me. The doctor had came in with a serious face. Lucky for you, you have cancer. What? I didn't understand what he was saying. I just began to cry drastically. I couldn't understand what was going on. I felt fine. I was mad because I didn't understand what was going on. How do I have cancer? I eat healthy, I exercise, I have no stress. How can something like this happen to me? Doctors don't know what in the research why it happens. So I had to drive back and forth and commute to the doctors and home. I discussed with my office my situation and the process that I would have to go through. I needed blood fluid and blood transplant to flow through my body. That's a lot, I thought. They would take out a lot of blood. When I went to the doctors, I explained all of this procedure. I felt healthy. I didn't need surgery. It was about 5 to 6 weeks. I felt safe, but no. So I agreed to the surgery. Once the surgery was over, I had told my husband that I wanted to go visit somewhere else. I feel fine. I kept on telling my husband. So they continued to pump out fluid and dump it out, and they continue this procedure over and over again. So I went to a building to go visit. It wasn't 100% gone. That doctor was a different doctor, not my own personal doctor. That was another doctor that felt like a woman. It was a woman that I felt more comfortable with. I went through the whole procedure all over again. Maybe it was about 4 to 3 weeks, and then I couldn't work. So as time went on, I went through it again the same way. I went through chemotherapy about 3 weeks, 3 times a week. It wasn't a funny situation. I was really sick. It was about 3 hours. I felt very weak, lousy. When I had arrived home, all I did was sleep. After about 5 days, I went into the building for a checkup. I still continued to feel sick. That awful was bad just visiting and getting shots. It was an awful experience for my children as well. I couldn't breathe. It was an awful feeling. I had wonderful service in the room, but I just felt weak, and I had a weak immune system. I had to be very careful. I took a lot of medication. I was a patient at the hospital. It was very expensive. I had to pay about $50,000. When I showed up again, they would bill me for that as well. It was very costly. But my husband said my health is first. But do you really want to pay $50,000? I told him. You need to go to the doctor. He insisted. I'm surprised that I went through all of that and all of the support that I had through all this process. I went to the doctors and continued with all the procedures. Once it was finished, they informed me and gave me then again surgery. So they gave me
You can finish your sentence.